Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Create-A-Sim video for you guys, and we're actually going to be giving one of my favorite townies makeovers. This is actually like the third time that I've given the BFF household a makeover, and the reason why I'm giving them a third makeover is I'm finally working on my Willow Creek save file. I was hoping that I would be able to get it finished by this year, but I still have a lot more builds to do and a lot more Create-A-Sims to do. So if you're interested in seeing that journey, please subscribe so that you can stick around and you can see the entire process. I've gotten to a point where I pretty much know every single type of build that I want to do in Willow Creek, and I kind of have an idea for what I want to do with the townies that's already included, and I already have an idea for the townies that I want to add to Willow Creek. The only thing is I just need to figure out when I have time to get started on it. But the first makeover that we're doing for this video is Travis Scott. I wanted to start with Travis Scott because I feel like I'm kind of like the typical femme simmer where I feel like I will spend like hours working on a female sim and doing her like Create-A-Sim and giving her cute outfits and makeup and stuff. But when it comes to the guys, like I don't really spend a whole lot of time on it, and I feel like also with Travis that was kind of like the same thing. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time on Travis. I've given Travis Scott more than 3 makeovers because I feel like when I start a new save and I have like a single sim and they move into Willow Creek, I feel like they always end up with Travis Scott. So I've given him many makeovers, so I guess his makeover didn't really take long because I already had an idea for what I wanted to do with him. In like past makeovers for Travis, I feel like I've kind of like went with like the e-boy kind of like alternative style for Travis, but I feel like with this one I wanted to give him kind of like a nerdy slash like boy next door, but like you can tell that he works in tech because he really does work in tech. When it comes to me doing makeovers, you'll notice that I really don't change a lot of their features. I really like for my Sims makeovers to kind of like, you can tell that that's them. I don't like to change them completely. Like I could have messed around with his posture because Travis Scott has like really bad posture, but I didn't mess with it at all because I feel like you can use that as like store development. Like of course he has bad posture because if he's not at work, like, because I think he's in the programmer career, so that means he's sitting at his desk most of the time, like working on computer stuff. And then I feel like even outside of work he's just like slouching at his desk playing video games or something like that, so he has bad posture. But I feel like it's kind of like stereotypical now, like when people like, especially like boomers, when they think of like gamers, they think of like people who just sit at their desk and they don't do anything. But I feel like now recently we kind of see like these gamers and they're actually active. Like if you think of like Moist Critical and like I don't know who else, but I feel like it's kind of like a stereotype that gamers don't really, you know, they're not active or whatever. So I feel like part of Travis's story development, you could like maybe have him maybe start getting into the gym and like becoming more active, especially with him living with Summer, who we'll get into a little bit later. But I actually think when I get around to doing their house renovation, the way that I see their relationship is because when you first load into the game, even though they're called the BFF household, they're not actually BFFs. Like they barely know each other and they're just acquaintances. So I think what I plan on doing is maybe building an apartment complex or something in Willow Creek, and instead of them living together and being roommates, they kind of live in the same apartment complex, and basically their relationship develops from there. So I can kind of see him becoming friends with Summer, and Summer is like athletic. I think that's one of her traits, so I can see her like getting Travis in the gym, working on his posture and stuff like that. And I feel like his relationship to Liberty is also kind of like a nerd. They kind of have the similar interests, like technology, games, probably anime too. I could see them like going to the convention in San Myshuno all the time together. Something else that I noticed that people do with Travis Scott is that they'll change his cheese colored hair, and I actually always keep his hair that color because if you look at his like eyebrows and his mustache, it's actually brown. So for me that gives me the feeling that that's his natural hair color, and maybe he tried to like dye his hair a color and like he bleached it and he just ended up with this cheese colored hair, because I think that happens sometime when you bleach your hair, especially if you don't like process it or whatever. I've never bleached my hair, so I'm not for sure how that works, but in my mind, like I wanted to keep his hair the cheese color, and maybe later on down the line he'll like get an actual hair dye job, or he'll go back to his natural hair color. But with Summer, like I said, I really don't change a lot of their features. But Summer, I kind of like broke my rule, and the reason for that is because in my mind, I kind of see Summer as like a modern day fitness influencer. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like would do like stuff to her face, like not a whole lot. So I did change her facial features some. I try not to go like too crazy with it. Like I wanted her to still look like how she did originally, but like the changes that I made to her face, I was kind of like trying to think of, okay, what could be done like surgically, like how would her face change if she got like filler or Botox or something, or maybe had like a kind of like a minor procedure done. Like I feel like maybe if she had the money, she probably would do something with her eyes. I had to change her eyes, especially her eye color, because I don't know what it is. It's something about like Summer's eyes that always gave me like super uncanny vibes or whatever, because it's just like a weird shade of blue. Like I kind of wish they would do like some type of update with the eyes to give them like more natural eye colors. Like I know there's like a bunch of CC that have like really amazing eye colors, but I don't know, I try to like mostly play vanilla when I'm doing YouTube videos. In my own free time, I do play with mods and stuff. Well, not recently, because I don't have time to like go through my mod folder right now, because I'm pretty sure every single one of them is broken. But yeah, I just had to change her eye color. And another thing I usually don't do when it comes to my townie makeovers is I usually don't touch their body shape or alter it in any type of way. The reason for this is because I don't like my sim world to be perfect, if that makes sense. Like I don't want all of my sims and my saves to have like the perfect body shape. I like to have like a diverse range of like different body types and skin colors, and just like the diversity, I guess. But I broke my rule for Summer, and I kind of gave her, like in my mind, it was kind of like, you know, a skinny BBL, because I think there was like some type of controversy recently. I think I saw it on, well, I don't know, it popped up on my TikTok For You page, where like there was like an influencer who was like, I don't know, I think they were like selling some type of program to like help people get a bigger butt, and like, but it turned out that they didn't even get their butt naturally or in the gym. They had like a, you know, a small I don't even know how that works, a small BBL. But I don't feel like, you know, Summer did that. Like I don't feel like she's a bad person for doing that, but I feel like the work that she's had done on her body and her face, it was like mostly to kind of like keep up. Like I kind of understand like these fitness influencers and why they do certain things, and I feel like, you know, it's a competitive field, and in order to sell your product, which is like your fitness, you kind of like have to look a certain way. So you're basically selling the way that you look. So I kind of felt like it made sense. And also in my mind, I feel like Summer, she's most likely like filming some type of content all day, like every single day pretty much. So like for her makeup, I did give her some makeup, but it's more like, I don't know, it's like I kind of was going for like a natural look. Like yeah, she has, I don't know, I feel like Summer is the type anyway, like she would just have like a full face of makeup even in the gym, but she, you know, she wants to look natural because she's selling health and vitality. And for a lot of her clothing, it's mostly like, I don't know, it was kind of like athleisure. Like I feel like she's kind of like, if she's not filming like content, like fitness content, then she's also like actually training people in real life. Like I feel like she's literally a physical trainer. Like her traits is literally active, cheerful, and outgoing. So I feel like she kind of like has a personality to kind of like help people along. And I don't know, I feel like this is kind of like a spoiler, but like I mentioned, I feel like I'm gonna have like the BFF household kind of like break apart a little bit, and they're gonna live in like their own separate apartment in Willow Creek. And I'm also going to move Bob Pancakes into that apartment, and I'm gonna go more into like his story and Eliza's story when I get to them. Maybe I'll do them next week, because I feel like I talked about them in the last video too. But in my mind, I feel like, you know, Bob, he's kind of like gone through a depressive episode. Maybe he wants to get his life back together. That's why he kind of like has that gym equipment in his room. You know, Eliza and Bob, they have separate rooms. And so he does kind of like want to change and get himself back together. So maybe he meets Summer. And I feel like Summer's like that cheerful type of person to like not just like help you get your dream body, but like make lifestyle changes that help encourage you and make you happier, I guess you can say. But yeah, like I said, most of her outfits are kind of like outfits that are pretty casual. Like she can like, you know, she will look good in the outfit. Like she'll be able to take selfies and film content, but it's also like something like she can hurry up and go for a jog or go and hurry up and run to the gym because she has a session with a client. I forgot to mention this, but I think I gave them all, it was either four or five everyday outfits. And I like to do this because I don't like to change my Sims outfits every day. So what I typically do is, because I'm starting the Willow Creek save file in spring, and I usually have my season set to 2 weeks, and usually I will either give them 5 everyday outfits for that entire week, or I will change it every season. So I don't really like, so that way like when they take a shower, they kind of, it's kind of fun because you never know what outfit they're going to put on. Usually they change it like randomly throughout the day also. So another thing that I usually do, I don't remember if I did it with them or not. I think with Travis and Liberty I probably did it more, but like something I often do is I'll like repeat certain items of clothing. So like for certain outfits they'll have, you know, either the same shoe, or like maybe they'll like wear the same pants but it'll be styled differently with like a different shirt or something like that. And the reason why I do that is because it feels a little bit more realistic. Like something that I kind of missed from The Sims 2 is your Sims didn't have the entire wardrobe available to them through Create a Sim. Like they had to travel to a store to buy outfits and use their money, and sometimes your Sims would end up wearing the same clothes like for days and days. If you play like I do, where I will play a lot of rags to riches, or I don't know, like it gets boring when my Sims have like a bunch of money. Like once my Sims make it, I guess you can say, and like have a lot of money, I'm kind of like bored. I like playing and starting off with like 0 simoleons and working their way up. So yeah, depending on how much money they have, like they wouldn't have like a different outfit for every single day. I think Summer might have been a little bit different. She might have had like a different outfit for every single thing that she had, and that kind of makes sense because she is online, so she probably does have that rule that she can't repeat outfits or something like that. But I think you probably saw it the most with Travis though, because I feel like Travis, he doesn't care about what he has on. I didn't really talk about his outfit choices too much, but I kind of used a lot of like the same type of basketball shorts or something with like several outfits of his. Like his outfit choices, really, I feel like he would be the type to not have any problem with like shopping at Walmart or something. Like he doesn't care. Like maybe he every now and then he'll see a cool t-shirt that he likes, but most of the time like he's just gonna, you know, go for a basic t-shirt, basic basketball shorts or something like that. Like for me, Travis is like, you know, just a typical friendly neighbor guy. I don't know, like I feel like also Travis, he makes a really good husband and dad. Like I feel like the way that I play, like I said, whenever I have a single Sim start off in Willow Creek, and they always end up marrying Travis, and I always have him like being the type of husband who makes like breakfast every morning, and he's like really attentive husband and father. And kind of like speaking on relationships, I feel like people kind of like also, I don't know, like I feel like it's kind of divided on who Travis ends up with, whether it be Summer or Liberty. And I always take like, I don't know, I don't like to choose. Like they're called the BFF household, so for me, I just like having them stay as friends, and then they kind of all branch off into like their own relationships. I don't know what's going to happen when I get into like the actual, like start playing with the save file. I probably will do so on the channel most likely, but I don't know who's gonna end up with who quite yet. I kind of have an idea on what's gonna happen, but I don't know, we'll see. Because I also like to play, like kind of seeing how Sims form their own relationships and how they interact like on their own with certain Sims, and also what they choose to want to do, kind of, in a way. With some of Summer's outfits, I feel like you could kind of see that I was like playing around and experimenting a little bit. Like I've mentioned like probably 100 times at this point, I do see Summer as kind of like being, she's mostly a fitness influencer, but she's also like an influencer. And I don't know, I feel like with some of her outfits, I kind of wanted to go for like a more stylish look. Like of course she's going to be like showing, you know, her body, because of course that's like her brand, but I also see her like as like taking like a bunch of selfies and like going on brand trips and stuff like that. So like for some of her outfits, like she's gonna go all out, especially like with her formal wear and her party wear. And kind of like, I don't know how like other people do it, like what, like when you're doing your formal wear and your party wear, I really don't really see the difference in those two. But like when I'm doing the formal outfits, like the way that I'm thinking about them is how would they dress if they were having like a dinner party, or if they were going to like an important event. Like for example, with Liberty's formal outfits, I was kind of thinking like, because she's literally an astronaut, so like what if she had to like have like, I don't know, they had like a banquet thing at her job, or like some type of office party or something. Like that's how I did her formal wear. But like for her party wear, the way that I kind of see it is like, what if they were just having like a kickback or something at someone's house, and like it's, you would dress up a little nicer than you would with your everyday, but it's still really casual. Like I don't know how do y'all interpret like the formal and party wear, because that's just the way that I do it, and I don't know if that's accurate or not. But like with her hot weather outfits, I was kind of what I was looking for specifically, because I felt like I was going with my, you know, theme so far of having her wear like athleisure, like she's constantly ready to like go work out somewhere. And so I was really looking for like kind of like one of those skirts that you see like ballerinas wear. I feel like I could see her wearing one of those, and we kind of have one of those with I can't remember the kit that came out pretty recently, but anyway, I didn't use that one because I don't like the little ribbon on it, so I ended up using this skirt that came with the Everyday Fitness pack. And this outfit, I kind of wish that maybe I had given her like a second cold weather outfit, because I was kind of thinking of like how she would dress like if she went on like a brand trip to, I don't know, that like, I don't know what that place is called that like you see like a lot of celebrities go to, like they like take a bunch of selfies there. You see like the Kardashians, I think they always go to this place, and it's like really snowy. But I could definitely see Summer being very adventurous and like being into skiing and stuff like that. And I feel like the way that I was really going for her outfits, like I wanted her to look like she usually or typically wouldn't hang around someone like Travis or Liberty, because I feel like I wanted them to have like their own distinct personalities. And I feel like, yeah, Summer, she looks like she wouldn't hang or be friends with Travis and Liberty, but I feel like Summer, she looks like a baddie on the outside, but she's really kind and non-judgmental on the inside. And I thought that Liberty, she would be my favorite one to do the makeover for, which is why I saved her for last, because I also pretty much already knew what I was going for with her style and stuff like that. And Liberty, she can be kind of difficult to style, because like I mentioned, I do not change her like her body type or anything like that. I try not to change the body types of the pre-existing townies, but I didn't want to do that because another reason is because in real life you cannot, you know, just slide and click on whatever type of body that you want to have. And so you basically just have to learn how to dress for the body that you have. And that's kind of like what I wanted to do with Liberty. Like she might not have, you know, a body, like she's really slender and small basically. So it was really interesting trying to find clothing that fit her and made her look really cute, because that's kind of like the style that I was really going for. Like she's, I don't know, like she's just a cutie, like look at her. And I feel like The Sims, they did her so dirty. Like her everyday outfit, it was okay, but like every outfit after that, like it was like worse. Like every time I clicked on something, it just got like worse and worse, especially like with her formal and her party wear. It was awful. And also another thing that I feel like I have to mention it every time I put a sim in glasses, like I feel like we need more glasses options. Like we get like a couple with every few packs, but I still do not have a proper glasses option like for my sim self. Like I have like my glass rim, like the frames of my glasses, they're kind of small and like roundish, and like we do have some frames like that, but I feel like we need more glasses options. Like I feel like we always get shades, but I don't want shades. I want actual prescription glasses in the Sims, because I will never, you know, try contacts again. Like I will be wearing my glasses for the rest of my life. And something I did with Travis, I think, is I would have some of his outfits with the glasses on, but like some of them I would take off. But I feel like with Liberty, I kept her glasses on for most of her outfits because I feel like that's pretty realistic. I don't know, some people, they might go and switch up. Like for example, like if they go to the gym or something, they might not wear their glasses, or if they're going swimming, they might not wear their glasses. But I'm the type of person in real life, I wear my glasses all the time. Like the only time I take my glasses off is to go to sleep, and sometimes I don't even do that. Sometimes I do not recommend it because I have broken many pairs of glasses by doing this, but I am notorious for falling asleep with my glasses. Like I don't know, it's like literally a part of my face. But with Liberty's outfits, like kind of what I was going for, because she is an astronaut, I think that's literally her job. And to me that seems kind of weird because she is just a young adult, like a fresh young adult, and she doesn't have like a college degree or anything like that. And I know you can cheat to give them a college degree, and it makes sense, of course, that she doesn't have a college degree because she's literally a base game sim. But like I kind of like to pretend, even though she literally goes to work as an astronaut, I like to pretend that she's not actually an astronaut, but like she works in like the science career field. I don't know, for some reason I feel like Liberty, she's like a plant person, or maybe she works in like climate change or the climate department or whatever that branch of science is called, biology. I don't know. But yeah, like I feel like she is, of course, very smart. I think she's a geek. I think that's what the glasses stands for. She's like a geek, she's clumsy, and she's a bookworm. And recently someone told me that there is a difference between geeks and nerds. So the way that they explained it to me, they told me that I'm basically a nerd because I'm into like super niche things like anime and The Sims and basically games in general, Harry Potter, like just certain things that I'm really, really into and like have special interest in, and those are things that make me a nerd. But a geek is different from a nerd because they are just like very smart people. Like their special interests are things like math and science and books and stuff. Like I kind of can see myself as like a mixture of both, but I definitely feel like I lean more into nerd. And I feel like Travis, he is the nerd of the friend group. I feel like, of course, Liberty, she probably has a little bit of nerd in her too, and they kind of nerd out together. And I also kind of feel like Travis, he probably has a little bit of geek in him too. Like he's probably geeky when it comes to technology and computers and stuff, but I feel like he's probably mostly into games, and he just happened to work as a programmer because it was convenient, and he's like fresh out of college, even though none of them have ever been to college, but I like to pretend that they have gone to college. And actually when I play with Travis, I always end up getting him to quit his job as a programmer, and I always get him to work in freelance because, like I said, he's like the perfect husband because he can have that job and he can make a lot of money as a freelance programmer. And I always end up getting him to make games, so he's like able to make a lot of simoleons for the family, but he's also able to stay home and take care of the family, which is why he makes like the perfect husband. And I actually, like, if I had to pick between Liberty and Summer, I feel like Travis, he would be like I don't know, I feel like he could be with both, to be honest. I don't know. Like I could definitely see him and Liberty having like super genius babies, but I also feel like him and Summer could also work out. And another thing that I kind of wish we had in The Sims, because I'm kind of, another reason why I don't change features too much is because like there's no way to like get your Sims to not pass on certain features. So like the features that I gave Summer, even though in my mind she had like plastic surgery to get those features, like she will most likely pass those on to her children. And the same as Travis Scott, I don't feel like Summer is a natural blonde either. Like when I started with her, her eyebrows were brown and her hair was blonde. So like in my mind I also see her as being a natural brunette, but she dyed her hair blonde, you know, for her social media. But like I gave her a better color of blonde that matches her skin tone a little bit better. But I think we're wrapping up here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know down below in the comments which one was your favorite makeover. At the very end you'll see like all of their different outfits, like, and you'll be able to pause and see it. But if you made it to this point in the video, I appreciate you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.